When we were going to the dentist, I was just like most people, a little bit anxious and afraid. And just because going to the dentist is a nervous thing for me and most people. And so we enter the office and I see him standing there, and he's just, his personality and the way he looks at you and the way he talks to you, it just surprised me, honestly. And it's funny when I talk about it now, and back then I was slightly afraid, and now I'm eating chocolate cake.
Okay, Eugene. Hey, Brady. Okay, have a seat there.
Good morning, Eugene.
Okay, there you go.
Today we're going to do the two little cavities you have, one on each side, and they're small. They're just between your two teeth, okay? And it's actually the same tooth on both sides. It's your first molar. And so what we'll do is we'll put some topical anesthetic in there in a minute, and then we'll get your teeth numb so it's comfortable while we're doing your fillings. And like I said, I think you'll be here about an hour. And afterwards, the only thing you'll need to be a little careful about is just to not, bite yourself, because you'll be numb for probably a couple hours. Okay?
Yeah.
And I'll show you your little spots that are the problem children here. Let's see. Okay. Enlarge that a little bit. Can you see that okay?
Okay.
Alright. Here we go. This little dark area right between the teeth right there is where that cavity is. And then it should look more like this, where there's not any little kind of black triangle there. And then this is the one on the opposite side. Blow it up a little bit bigger. There we go. Right
This
there.
one is slightly bigger.
Hmm?
This one is slightly bigger.
It is. You're correct. And this is your left side, because the way these x-rays are set up, it's like we're standing out here looking at you. So this is left and this is right, which is a little counterintuitive. I would do it the other way if I was designing this, but that's just the way it is. So, okay, and there's that. So we'll get ready to get you numb here. Okay. All right, Eugene. I know I look like a four-eyed cyclops in these lovely glasses, but they help me do a better job. Up there. Let me see you smile. Yeah, just a little.
Yeah, sorry.
Not real active right now. So we'll get started here in just a second, and and I think we talked the other day about a lot of times the little decay between your teeth is caused by sweets or just not flossing, or sometimes pop, but I know that's not really an issue with you. And it's not that we don't eat sweets. Around the holidays especially, we get lots of gifts from our specialist friends. Mm-hmm. And so there's always cookies and cake and candy and chocolate and stuff in the back there. And so it's not that we don't partake too.
How long will the numbness last?
About 4 days. No, I'm kidding. No, you'll be numb probably about for a couple hours after you leave.
Okay.
Okay. I know you're numb on both sides, so it may be a little hard to tell. When you bite down, does everything feel like it's hitting pretty evenly there? Okay, good. Sometimes we can get the fillings just a little bit, too thick. So if after the anesthetic wears off, you're biting anything, it feels, a little like it's hitting first on one side or the other. Probably it would be tomorrow, really, before you notice much. But just let us know, because we can adjust that a little bit. Okay. We don't have to start with it. Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
it was a good experience, and I didn't feel like I was being in a medical office or being treated or anything. It was, his hands were so light, and I didn't feel almost anything because it was just so quick and so easy and well done. And honestly, it was just so easy for me and to go through it with that particular dentist. I feel like it was fun, surprisingly. I didn't think I would say that about going to a dentist, but it was fun.
When I thought about becoming a dentist, I had an uncle who was a dentist and another uncle who owned a dental lab. And as, you know, a young 13-year-old, when I went to my uncle's dental lab, and he had Bunsen burners and he had all these artificial teeth sitting around and everything, it was like being in Dr. Frankenstein's laboratory. Of course, I just loved it. I thought it was really cool. And so I started talking to my other uncle, who was actually a dentist, about you know, what should I do in order to become better or more you know, more ready to become a dentist. And so he said I should start taking mechanical drawing and doing things that would improve my eye-hand coordination and also my ability to think three-dimensionally. Because it's a really important part of being a dentist is being able to turn things around in your mind. Because when I'm looking in the mirror and working on a patient, it's upside down and backwards. And so you have to be able to turn them around in your mind so that you know which way to move your hands. And so it's actually a pretty significant part of the admission test is how to, your perceptual ability. When we switched to the digital x-rays, it's been really interesting from the standpoint of you continue to find ways that you use them. I had a patient a while back that came in on the weekend because she'd been in an accident, and I was very concerned that she might have fractured her front tooth, and so we took a digital x-ray, and I was able to send it to one of my specialists on his phone so that he could look at it as well while I had her in the chair, and I was asking him and we were conversing about it, you know, what do you think? Do you think it's fractured? Do you think, and so that aspect of it's wonderful as well. Besides just the increased diagnostic ability for me to see it myself, yeah, it's instead of it being a film this big, you know, it's on a monitor that's this big. And I can change the contrast, I can change the brightness, the darkness, and look at it. I can reverse the polarity, just a lot of different things. The quality of the digital x-rays varies with what type of system you have. And I did not want to go to a system where we still were putting it on phosphor plates and then having to put it in a laser reader. I wanted to go to a sensor. A sensor is very quick. It goes up on the screen very quickly. You can see if you got the shot or didn't get the shot, and it reduces the amount of radiation by about 40% because you can use a lower dose of radiation in order to get the image because the sensor is so much more sensitive than film. And so there's just a lot of advantages to the digital x-rays. Dentists are kind of gadget guys. You know, it's really easy to sell us something and then it sits in the corner because we figure out, oh, it didn't work like I thought it was going to work and it didn't help us as much as I thought. But that's kind of the way that I talk to colleagues a lot, of course, and I take a lot of continuing education and try to really know how things are changing in the field of dentistry. But I come to it a little bit slowly to make sure that I'm not either wasting my money or getting something that's really not going to have a good benefit for the patient.